Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe
We are back. NFL Week One recap and the outlook to Week Two. Along with me, Dr. Dunny and Dan the Man. How you doing? How you been?
Doing all right. How are you?
I am great. Other than a terrible week of football as a Michigan fan.
Yeah, it's tough wearing this Lions t-shirt and having the Michigan flag roaring today, Golly, that was some bad football.
It was not a good week for us Michiganders for sure.
Still got to rep it. We've had our down years. We've had a couple up years the last few. We got to look forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell you the last time both our teams lost in the same week, truthfully. It's been
I can
years.
tell you.
Oh,
When do you think it was? When do you think it was?
Not 23 because we didn't lose, so 22 is what I would guess.
Say 24 at some point. We had 2 losses.
Well, I think you got your years mixed up there, Dunny, because Michigan
Okay,
lost to Ohio
21.
State in 23, and it was the November weekend of Ohio State's last victory against Michigan.
That was what, 2019?
2023.
We didn't lose to Ohio State in 2023.
Buddy.
Come on, Dan.
No way.
Come on, Dan.
We didn't
They haven't beat
lose
us
a
since 2019.
game.
These lion fools. Hold on.
We
We
went
didn't lose a
undefeated.
game. Yeah.
Dang.
Better check yourself.
I gotta check
Get
this. I
back
gotta check
yourself.
these stats. This is messed up. Let's see.
Either way, it's at least been 2-3 years. I just can't remember the weeks we lost in the Lions last year.
Oh no, we haven't lost. It's been a while since we lost to Ohio State. Ain't it?
He's deep diving the wrong shit.
I'm deep diving. I got the wrong shade here, man.
No, it's been a minute.
I'm gonna have to go way back to the archives here.
Archives. Well, either way, speaking of the Lions, Dan can recoup the stats in a minute. What are we thinking about the Ben Johnson-less Detroit offense?
Yikes. That's all I got to say. This better not be a sign of things to come. It better just be, we didn't play anyone in the preseason. So getting the rust knocked off you was a little ugly this weekend. I did think we kind of looked like a shell of ourselves almost, dive, zone, no pulling guards, no wham blocks with Laporta or Amon-Ra St. Brown, which we did a ton last year, no trap plays, which is all stuff you saw last night with Chicago against, Minnesota, but we didn't have any of that. And because of that, I think, our interior O-line struggled.
For sure. I think something up front's going on, not allowing that scheme to happen. Because I feel like if it was there, our coaching staff would, utilize it more. And I feel like they're not comfortable with it, so we're not going to run it. One of those mindsets we're gonna do what we're good at, and they just figured out they weren't fucking good at it.
Right. That, and we didn't run any heavy O-line, he's not on the team anymore, but Dan Skipper checking in, I don't think we had one of those plays.
For sure.
Just say, hey, here it is. We know we're running right. Come find us.
And those type of that style set up our play action, so it wasn't. You didn't have to creep as much because they weren't too worried about the run. There wasn't as many big plays or a guaranteed demo 5 yards where you had to, creep up and make sure you had an extra defender within those first 3 yards to make sure that they're not getting 3 to 5 a pop. So I don't think that was there. So the pass game wasn't there. I just don't think systematically we went in with the right approach, or whatever we went in approach-wise just got, we got punched in the teeth as soon as we tried. So maybe halftime adjustments, yada, yada, yada. I just don't think we had it up front to win that game. I don't think we pushed. I don't think we had a push in the run game, and I don't think we had enough time for Goff in the pass game. So I think it was all lost up in the trenches like usual.
Yeah, and hats off to Green Bay. They look good. It doesn't help though on the defensive side of things. In the first two drives, we had two plays where we dropped D ends back into coverage, and I'm like, "What in the fuck? That is a fireable offense for sure." Aiden Hutchinson is dropping into pass coverage on a third down. Come on.
Yeah, that's as a defensive coordinator, those are the types of plays where you're getting too sweet. It's where you're on the goal line 1 or 2 yards away and you're running trick plays. You're getting too sweet. Just run your men, the people that you've been boasting about all off season. Can't wait to get them on the field. Let's get them after the quarterback.
I agree
I
wholeheartedly.
I don't know if you guys remember last week. I asked you how you're feeling about that interior line, and you said it's fine. It'll be fine. With Ragnar retiring, it's not fine. I don't.
It's not fine.
I think
Sound the alarms. Not fine.
I'm concerned. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's not looking great.
Yeah, they
Up
got to
front
figure
there.
out the center position, I think. I think long term, figuring out where we're going to be and not like jumbling people around is going to be crucial for the year going forward. Whatever you think after that first week of film, set something in stone and lock in. No more moving around. Make sure our pieces are in place, and this is what we're going to go for. The rest of the year, and just schematically build for this team. Not try to replicate anything the year before or anything like that because we don't have those players. We don't have the same offensive line. We don't have the same offensive coordinator. So it's just a crucial and major job for anyone around that offense to start building this offense. It's week in and week out. You've seen Goff talk about it in the press conference. Working with a new OC, it's just ground zero. You have to restart everything. Every week where you guys are learning from each other through the film session and you guys are bouncing shit back and forth, like that's where everything is learned. So this first week of film is going to be the best week of film for everybody. Everybody's going to get the quickest jump from week 1 to week 2, that quickest bump, because they got that game level speed and film, and it's not just practice film against your twos or a couple sets against the ones. So they got to figure out who their dogs are and who's going to play. So it's really week 2 nut up or shut up for the offensive line.
Yeah, I mean they're playing the Bears. The Bears choked against the Vikings yesterday, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I didn't like what I saw. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
First, I
always
mean, yeah, that the Bears game was like a tale of two halves. If you would have asked anybody, you just, stop the vote now at halftime, everybody would have said Caleb Williams looked like a dog.
Right.
Their
yeah.
offense looked great, and JJ, well, you guys might would have want to kept Sam Darnold. Like you seen the tweets at half, you seen people with check marks talking the dumbest shit ever by halftime, and then by the end of the game, you're like, well, Caleb Williams sucks, and JJ, look at him. Like it was a
Right.
complete
Yeah.
switch, and I get it. That's kind of how it happens after who wins, who loses, but it was just a total switch for the quarterback role in the public perspective.
And the funny thing is, like, what's his name? Kevin O'Donnell, I think. O'Connell,
O'Connell,
head
Kevin
coach for
O'Donnell,
the
homie from Durant,
Yeah.
the OG. Shout
Hey,
out
I know that
Kev.
guy. Yeah.
Shout out
Vikings.
Kev,
Okay.
bro.
The head coach for the Vikings, before the season was always talking about how JJ McCarthy and how he does, great job schematically pre-snap. Um, the first half, I think he got to the line with 7 seconds at most. You don't have any time to read a defense, let alone make an adjustment for the play going on. So in the second half, when they got better with things, you can see what JJ can do.
For sure. And some of that is coaching. You have to get that play in as fast as possible and not leave him talking until 15 seconds. Because then you got 5, 6 seconds for him to read his own offense and make sure everyone's down and in the right spot. Then look over to the defense. And by then you're at 7 or 8 seconds. So for the coaching staff, it's like get him in the play as quick as possible. So he has the extra 5, 6, 7 seconds as a rookie to get through that progression. So I feel like every game from here on out, it's only going to get better for him. He's going to get more comfortable. The rhythm's going to be normal, and he's just going to work into it. Especially getting that first win. it's a huge bump in confidence to be able to take in all the bad shit he did and make it better for week 2 rather than coming off a loss and getting all the negatives and trying to turn that into a positive week 2. So he's in a good spot. You know how the NFL is, one loss, everyone can be, one bad game can flip the narrative completely, but he's got to be in one of the best spots as a rookie coming off week 1, especially on like a primetime game and divisional. So hats off to JJ.
Dan, did you watch the game last night?
I watched the first quarter pretty much, and then
So you
it
didn't
was
get to
just
see
kind of.
JJ Ball.
I did not get to see JJ Ball. I'm a little disappointed about that. I was watching the game and I was like, Vikings don't really look great. The Bears look like what I wanted the Lions offense to look like at the
Right.
time. And I was like, man, maybe our coordinators were the whole team. I don't know.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
and I guess we still don't know that. Maybe they were. I don't know. Like obviously Dan Campbell's got the culture and stuff, but like calling the plays and I don't know.
It
There's
matters.
a couple. I don't know. We'll see. It's early.
I'll tell you one thing. I liked that they got Swift. He had 3 catches in the first quarter.
Oh, immediately. Yeah.
Get your
Yeah.
players the ball. If that would be the same if it was Gibbs. So like seeing him get the playmakers the ball in open space, super frequent, especially in the first quarter. Get everybody the ball, get everybody a touch, comfortable, and you could just tell like the difference between our coordinator and Ben Johnson the first 10 plays of the game. You could just tell like just the way the first 5-10 scripted plays were set up, what his goal was to get who comfortable and get quarterback moving out of the pocket, and just like his systematic approach to that first 10, you could tell it was completely different. And we just got super accustomed to watching the last 2 years of Ben Johnson in that first 10-20 plays, setting up and dictating kind of what the defense is going to have to look at for the rest of the game and start and keep prepping against, and then start adding those layers in as the game goes on. That was like the Ben Johnson special. He would show you everything, and then he would just keep adding, and then hit you with the back door, and then start all over again. Run, different run, play action, back door. Like, so it was just like a whole system, and you could watch it and feel it happening, and you just don't feel the same watching this offense. It's week 1, don't want to be too brutal, but you could definitely feel the difference. It didn't feel like we had the vibe, the pop, it didn't feel like we had the swagger. It just didn't feel like the same offense as it did last year.
How'd you feel about that last touchdown though?
Damn.
You called that shit. You said Tesla was going to get a couple tutties. That shit was disgusting.
That was nice. For that to be your first catch in the NFL, that's insane. Like
For sure.
if
Especially
he
like
never
people
catches
say
it,
it's garbage time, but what you do in garbage time is crucial. And the
I mean,
motherfucker just Randy Mossed.
I wouldn't even say it's garbage time though. Like I think they have set packages for him. He's like 6'5" or something. Like
For
I
sure.
don't get why he's not in there more.
He wasn't. He really wasn't until start of that like fourth quarter, middle of the fourth quarter. Like he was not in a lot of packages. And if he was, they were in run packages or goal line packages where he can get the ball. Like I don't know his percentage of snaps on the offense, but I know it was much lower than I would have expected.
Did you guys see him in college at all, or like know much about him in college?
No,
Just highlights.
I didn't know much about him at all.
I don't think I'm gonna look this up real quick before I say it, but I'm pretty sure his drop percentage was insanely low in college. Like stupid. I don't even know if he dropped a pass.
Not quite.
Larry
Fitzgerald.
0% drop rate. Like that's insane.
The Larry Fitzgerald of college, or what?
Yeah.
More tackles than drops in his career.
I mean, he also had 0 drops on the Lions now too. 1 for 1.
Not wrong. Keep it going.
So
Yeah, so that Minnesota game, they went 45 minutes. The Vikings had 85 total yards. Then JJ ripped 3 fourth quarter TDs, 2 pass, 1 rush. I mean, what rookie's been doing that lately?
Jane Daniels last year, but that's it.
I can't call that season a fluke, but it just felt like a fairy tale. I mean, they had the fucking Hail Mary. I mean, they had just so many crazy wins that year. They just
Right.
clutched up so many times. Kind of felt like the Lions winning last year, the year before, just like so many times where like suspect. We usually always lose these fucking games,
Yeah.
and then somehow we win. We're just like, all
The
right, like
Texans.
that's what that feels like. Like we had no idea you can win close games. That's crazy.
Who knew? All right, enough
I,
of these Lions. I've been depressed enough. I'm moving on
well,
to
I'm
Thursday
gonna
night.
give you.
Oh,
I'm gonna give you. I finally looked up my stat. I
All
got
right.
it this time. We're for sure. I've verified all my sources this time.
ChatGPT.
The last time Michigan and the Lions lost in the same weekend was 2021. The end of 2021, the first week of 2022, the Lions lost to, or the Wolverines lost to Georgia in the first CFP playoff
I
game.
was there.
We got smoked. Cade McNamara, trash.
Yep.
That
And
was
then
the
the
start of
Lions,
JJ.
that was the start of JJ. And the Lions, we started Boyle at quarterback against the Seahawks.
Oh fuck.
Yikes! Yikes!
Oh fuck. That was a rough weekend. I gotta be thankful for today. I
Yep.
got a decent Lions team in Underwood. I'm okay. I gotta be happy.
And a national championship in between.
Motherfucker said Boyle. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
I forgot.
So
All right, other highlights from the NFL. Josh Allen's insane comeback. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left, down 15. One of the crazier opening nights of the NFL.
For sure, crazy. Best game of the week, if not year already, and it was week 1. You know, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. King Henry is still him, even though he fumbled the ball late, which kind of opened the door for the Bills. But golly.
I still can't believe he's like in his 30s, just throwing kids around. They look
He
real
said
men.
kids,
Right.
grown
Yeah, I
ass
said
men.
kids, but dude, he's throwing people around. And did you guys see that stat where he's like, what? He's been in the NFL 9 seasons, and he hasn't
9
rushed for as
season.
many yards as he did in high school.
Absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
Imagine being his coach, just waking
Yeah.
up and be like, ah, Derrick Henry, right? He ran his ass like 40, 50 times a game.
Averaged 29 carries a game in high school. Ran for 12,000 something yards and
And he's still doing
153
it.
touchdowns.
Yeah, he's
I
still
think.
doing it.
Ridiculous.
He's living in like the cryogenic chamber or something, dude.
Who did he stiff arm Bishop? I think it was in the first quarter. You're like, I'm sure he thought that was a high schooler. Just fucking
He's stiff
get
armed
out of
just
here.
about everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks at you and then you're just like, fuck, dude, I gotta go for a leg or something. And then he just pushes you right down on the ground. Nobody
As he's
keeps
moving
running,
at
dude.
18,
They just
19, 20
dive.
mile an hour. Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I'm sure if he wanted to, he could just pick him up by the head. Instead of pushing him down, they could just pick him up and keep running. Like, the guy's diving at his ankles, just cornerbacks. For me, the takeaway is I feel bad for Lamar. I feel
Yeah.
bad for him, dude. Like, it didn't matter who won that game. I would have felt bad for the opposing quarterback if it was close, just because I have been wanting them to get to a Super Bowl and get past Mahomes for so long that it's just like it sucks seeing one lose. Like when they have to play each other, you're just like, fuck it. Like just enjoy the game because either way you're gonna be sad.
No,
I think
definitely. I mean, Keon Coleman balled out for the Bills, which is cool to see. You know, maybe he's going to have a huge sophomore season. Zay Flowers balled out for the Ravens. I think he was fantasy football wide receiver 1 for week 1.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I can see him on the board and me passing him. Fuck.
I think it kind of sucks just AFC wise, right? You got Allen, Mahomes, Lamar,
Burrow.
Burrow.
It
Like,
just
you have
ain't
so much
fair,
talent.
bro. You
And
got
then
too
you
many
look at-
generation.
Yeah, and then you look at the NFC and you're like, we got Hurts. Like, there's not. I mean, you got Daniels now, but it's just like there's not as much competition. Like,
Agreed.
For
there's
sure.
just not.
Solidified. I mean, obviously, Hurts is solidified. In my perspective, I just feel like he's still younger to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the sense, like I still feel like he's on the come up. Like not, you know, he's still top 5 or whatever. But I just feel like that side is already loaded in most of them are in the spot of boom or bust. Like every year is Super Bowl or nothing because the franchise is, loading the team and making sure that they have a chance for it. So it's just like every year, everyone feels the hurt of not getting there because they put everything into it. They have great wide receiver 1s and 2s. They have great running backs, lines. They've just been investing so long to get over the hump of the Kansas City Chiefs, Pat Mahomes era.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And you can't feel bad, like you can, sentimentally, but you can't because you've seen it happen with, MJ. Like you've seen him just take a whole conference and you don't get a ring, you don't get a ring, you don't get a ring because I get them all. Like there's so many
Yeah.
good legends, people that are going to retire with jackets that just will not get a ring because they're in the same fucking conference as you. Like they won't get a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying you're not going to get a ring, but you don't even get to go. I'm going to go 10 times and you guys are going to go twice combined.
Yeah.
It's
Brady,
just,
Manning, and Roethlisberger.
yeah, like you just take it. Like it's tough for the other guys and teams, but it is the way it is.
I think I saw the stat before this week. Teams that scored 40 points and ran for 230 yards rushing were 277-0.
That makes sense. I mean, if you're running for 230 yards, I mean,
And you're scoring 40 points.
yeah, it's gonna have to be some like MAC school or game where you lost that. Like that's the only way that's gonna happen.
No, in the NFL.
Oh, in the NFL, yeah.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
230 seems crazy though. How do you lose if you're getting 230 yards rush on you?
One key fumble.
I mean, I get that, but 230 is crazy. A couple of them bitches got to be touchdowns. 230?
Yep.
That's crazy.
How about Matt Prater? Red eye
Dude.
on Thursday, joining the Bills. The
Welcome
kids thought he
back.
was coaches. It was a
That's-
coach.
Yeah.
I know, I seen that, bro. That's crazy. That's like the Baker Mayfield shit. Not the same. You didn't lead a whole, comeback drive, but you were there 2 days before. You were showing videos of your son playing high school or quarterback and shit. Like
Yep.
that's the typical dad shit doing. He's like, hold on, I'm gonna win this game for you too. Like, hey, nice to meet you. Here's my son. I'm gonna fucking bang this 50-yarder.
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you everything I got. Okay,
Yeah,
bud. You just get that.
Fucking
leg
kick
and
the
cigarette.
ball, dude. I'm gonna
He
give
did,
you everything
man.
I got. I hope so.
I got to stand up for him, man. You guys can't be hating on these kickers.
We're not hating, bro. He's the GOAT. Like nobody ever doubted Prater. So like him just saying like I'm gonna give everything we got. He's guys like, dude, we know. You
Right.
bang 60-yarders. Like you're an OG. Like I forgot you were still kicking them bitches. You've been around so long, And you
I
can
thought he
get
was on the
him.
Cardinals still, man.
You can
I'm
get
not gonna
him
lie.
with a great team and a windy ass. The last year that windy ass bullshit in Buffalo before their new stadium or whatever. Yeah, come on over, dude.
Yeah. When he was with the Lions, I always thought he was like Nigel Gruff. If you've ever watched the Replacements, that movie.
Yeah,
with
everyone
Shane
always
Crawford.
said he's smoking cigs and drinking beers in the locker room for sure, dude. It's because he had like 13 DUIs and shit. He's just like the classic kicker, just like, yeah, I'll fucking be there and puts out his Marlboro Red.
Right. Oh, that's good shit.
Did you see ETN get back on the horse?
Yeah, like holy
Yeah.
crap.
I
Brian Thomas Jr. didn't do shit other than run one touchdown in on a reverse, but as far as receiving, didn't do anything. ETN tore it up. Travis Hunter had a few catches. It was kind of crazy.
The game was kind of I don't really think you could judge either team by anything in that game, to be honest, because they played like a quarter. The game was it was fine, like the Jags were winning, but
Huge delay.
yeah, huge delay. They come out, they play for like 7 minutes, and then they go to halftime. It was all
Yeah.
bogus, but
Weird.
Yeah, it's tough. ETN had 16 totes for $143, including a 71-yard rip.
Yep.
Welcome
Yeah.
back, kid. It's always nice to see, people come back from injuries and actually have,
Yeah,
have
good.
that get back. It's like
Yeah,
you always think they're going to lose a step, but seeing them get right back on the horse. I mean, sometimes it happens where it's like McCaffrey or someone like that, where you just expect it. But
Mhm.
ETN, like that caliber of players, it's that year or you never see him again.
Right.
You'll see him. You'll hear the name 5 years later and be like, "Oh fuck, I forgot." Like that's where he's at, and he came back and bounced back. So it was cool to see. And T. Law and the Jags need him bad. They just
I-
got rid of Bigsby as well, so he did so well that they were like, "Yeah, we're good."
they were carrying 4 running backs on their roster before that
Dang.
game, so it was like I think they even doubted him. They were like, "Man, he's gonna be ass," but we'll see what happens, Then he
They were
comes
like,
back, does what he
"Fuck."
does, and you trade your backup instantly. Like that's a show of support, at least from the squad.
For sure.
Good for my fantasy football team too.
Yep.
Sitting on the bench. Love it.
What do we talk? Eagles survived the weather and themselves. Philly beats Dallas 24-20. Hurts
Spitting
2
before the
rushing
first
touchdowns.
snap.
Can we talk about the Hurts touchdown? Dunny called it. He put it everywhere. We already knew it was going to happen. He gets back-to-back tutties.
It's free money. If they're playing at home, you got to take Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown, and he happened to just do it twice for him. I couldn't believe the amount of people that had bet slips with Javante 2 touchdowns and Jalen Hurts 2 touchdowns. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
get
crazy.
out of here,
That's how you know how many degens there are.
right?
It's just how many there are. There's a lot of degens with some crazy thoughts going on, man.
Yeah,
I was
Dan lost
surprised
a
how
bet
well.
before the first snap.
How the fuck are you gonna spit on someone and get kicked out? He got kicked out before I turned the game on.
Yeah,
I
me
turned the
too.
game on and he was getting kicked out. I said, "What happened?" There's only 7 seconds. Like, there's no way. It was still first down. They didn't fucking snap the ball.
Yeah, really screwed over my Cowboys punt on the first drive. Really started strong on that one when they started at like the 40, their own 45 or whatever it was.
Dan's like, "Yep, I'm either starting NFL season really happy or really sad."
Jalen Carter solidified it for me before they even snapped the ball. It was cool.
Yep.
Loved it.
It's gonna be like that, huh?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
go
was
ahead and retire now.
I was surprised how well the Cowboys actually played. I thought they were going to be shit this year. So I mean that was kind of
Try to tell
interesting.
you guys, CD's gonna get his. CD's gonna get his, even if he drops about 9 of them. He's still gonna get 15 targets. CD had those 2 big drops at the end that would have put him in, great position, but it
Yeah,
felt like he was the only person that was a guaranteed catch or a guaranteed playmaker in, throughout most of the game.
I mean, Dak looked like his former self. Was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Took second in MVP voting. He actually kind of reminded me a little bit of that. It was crazy. I had over 47.5 halftime. I'm counting my money. All right, what do I want to do? What do I want to put this? Reinvest it into tomorrow's game, Friday night,
He'll
and then
reinvest.
talk about Dean
they
James.
scored 3 points in the whole goddamn second half in the under hits. That is insane.
But he was counting his chips at the table.
Yeah.
That game got delayed too, didn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't watch after that. I was glad I actually went to bed when I woke up and seen the score. I was like, I would have stayed up for 3 points. I would have been pissed.
I was very, very upset.
What about
But
what about the Browns?
What about the Browns?
They had a
choking away, beating the Bengals again. Come on.
missed extra point and a missed field goal. They had 2 tipped passes that resulted in interceptions, but they held Cincy to like 60 yards in the second half. Still lost.
Yeah, I think Joe Burrow had 3 completions in the second half for 7 yards.
They still lost.
Crazy.
Yeah,
You
that's
think
some
that's
Brown shit.
Do you think that's a result of the Browns defense being good, or just the Bengals usually starting their usual year off pretty bad?
A little combo of both. Myles Garrett had 3 plays in a row. He sacked Joe Burrow. That is crazy to see. He's a freak. But I mean, I
I'm
don't know.
just gonna say the Bengals got extremely lucky that they started per usual, and the Browns turned the ball over and missed a lot of easy points, especially off the foot of the kicker.
Right? No, agreed. 100%.
Obviously, your offense has to move the ball and score some points when your defense is shutting out one of the best, premier offense in the NFL. So you're going to want to put the blame on the offense for just not being able to put up yards and points, especially in that second half. But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. You got to be able to move that ball. And you got Flacco.
Yeah,
So you go through that quarterback room, and then week 1, you're talking about not being able to move the ball. One of
I
their
know.
best receivers is Tillman, who's like a second-year guy. It's just like they don't have the weapons, and then you have a 53-year-old quarterback. So what do you expect?
Agreed.
But they played that close for Cincy. Like they almost beat Cincy. That's like where I'm at. Like you had the shitty, like
yeah.
no
You played as
receiving.
bad as you could, and
Yeah.
won.
Or I'm just saying, like as a defense for the Browns, what are you supposed to do more? What more are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
Gonna have to start scoring, I guess.
Yeah,
Somehow.
you gotta start pick sixing and hook and laddering on your way just because you can't trust your fucking offense.
Pulling helmets off and beating the quarterback's head in, that always worked.
That didn't work. That did not work.
Just makes you feel more worse for like a guy like Myles Garrett. Like he's gonna be stuck on a perennial shit team for his whole career.
He had a chance to get out. He could have.
Yeah, he did.
He could have
But-
got out. He signed for the bag. He's a Brown for life. All right.
Nowadays, all you gotta do is complain. He might get out.
That's true. You could just say you're not going to play next year. That usually does it.
It's true.
All right. Enough of last week. We gotta, stop talking about all the bad that happened in last week. Let's look forward to week 2. What are we looking at?
Well, I mean, Thursday night we got Commanders Packers in Green Bay. Packers were actually favored by 3.5. I was kind of shocked by that. I know the Commanders didn't look too good against the Giants this past week, but it's still the same team that went to the NFC Championship. The Packers, as well as they did look against the Lions, kind of sputtered in the second half. They didn't really capitalize on too many points. Jordan Love almost gave us a couple turnovers. So I'm all over Commanders money line early in the week this week.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
I'm with you there. I'm on the Commanders money line. We know what the Commanders did last year. They just added talent. They didn't really lose anything. I mean, Packers did all right last year. Can't say they didn't, but they added Parsons. Other than that, they had Golden at receiver, but outside of that, not really too much. But I think it's tough to say from how bad we knew the Lions' interior was week 1. Commanders are better there, so I don't think you're going to see the same result from week 1 from the Packers that you did against the Lions. So I think Commanders got this all day.
For sure. I think that line set like it is just because there was so much hype for the Lions going in that the Packers handle business that the line reverts that hard. So I think the sharp play is going to be on the spread for Washington. And I think all the bandwagon Green Bay fans and all the bandwagon hype Michael Parsons fans are going to take that Green Bay spread all day.
Agreed. And much like what Dan was saying, Commanders D-line much, much better than what the Lions showed. They had, I think, 50% pressure rate on Russell Wilson every time he dropped back. So it's a scary D-line. They look to be better. I'll be taking Jaden Daniels over on his rushing line for sure against the Packers. 43.5 seems low. He ran for 60-something this past week. If Micah does get through, watch out. Here goes JD5.
For sure. And if they're going to spy him like a lot of teams do, he's only one juke away from being able to get out. Like he's one fake right, go left. Like he knows where it's at. As soon as the receivers get off the ball, I got one guy to beat. So You're gonna take that all day with Jaden, especially anywhere near the red zone. He picks up a lot of short yardage gains in the red zone.
And did I see that Jordan Love got a little hit pointer on that the pick six that got called back against the Lions
I
when
didn't see it.
Hutch
The
blocked
one
him?
where Hutchinson smacked him.
Yeah.
And we got a flag for it. Yeah, that was so
Yeah.
cool.
That was soft.
If that's the truth, that's going to be. I mean, that could linger. It's a short turnaround for Thursday afternoon to or Sunday afternoon to Thursday afternoon.
I mean, he does kind of he's almost in that China doll category for me. He does get hurt almost every year. I almost have to nab him with that China doll.
China Doll Charles, that was who Dan
Canada, Charles.
Jamal. I'll also be on Zach Ertz over 3.5 catches. If you watched last week, Laporta actually did a good job of getting open against the Packers. If they stick with the same game plan, look at for Zach Ertz to get open. Jaden Daniels actually likes throwing it to him, especially in the red zone. And then I got a little plus 100 parlay again, plus 119. You go Jordan Love, 175 yards passing, Terry McLaurin, 25 yards receiving, Jaden Daniels, 30 yards rushing, and Zach Ertz, 2 catches, plus 119. Seems free. It probably won't be. Someone will fuck it up. But, hey, we got money on it.
The troops have been deployed.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, I like it. 2 big matchups I'm looking forward to. We got the Super Bowl rematch, Eagles Chiefs, and then the Ben Johnson Bowl, Bears at Lions.
I'm feeling, I don't know, the Chiefs look bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Chargers did their job, but I think Chiefs ain't got it this year, especially with Worthy being hurt now. I mean, what's the line at this? -1.5 Eagles. I think it's gonna be like a touchdown at least. Eagles are just gonna run the ball all day, and then you're just gonna have Mahomes throwing it to who? I don't know. I guess
Right.
Hollywood Brown did all right last week, but we'll see if that continues this week. Kelsey was nowhere to be found other than that touchdown he scored. I just don't think they got it this year.
Hey, the Chiefs look sluggish. I don't think anyone's going to say anything about that, and they have the last 2 or 3 years, the first couple games. So it's nothing new for Chiefs fans, but for us to be able to hope they have that down year and see it week 1, we kind of get a little bit of hype going into it. But as the last 2 years have showed us, they kind of pick up steam and do that New England shit where they just get better and better no matter what. So we'll see. They definitely look sluggish. They don't have Xavier Worthy, but they do have Andy Reid. All he needs is the athletes. He can do the X's and O's. So we'll see, how they progress and kind of like what they do stylistically going forward for the weapons they have. But week 1, if you're going to examine them, the Chargers looked much better than them with, I would say, they don't have much more talent around the ball than Kansas City does. So I think they controlled the trenches more and they got after Mahomes, and it just showed.
Yeah, and I think we saw this game in February. Like the Super Bowl is going to be a repeat, in my opinion. Pat Mahomes is going to be running for his freaking life. The Eagles got even better this week. They signed Zadarius Smith. So, I mean, he's going to come in on 3rd down and rush the passer. They were already strong there. And truthfully, the Eagles against the Cowboys did about as bad as they could in the air. A.J. Brown was non-existent. They put an ad out on the milk carton for him, I think. And then Devontae Smith also non-existent. 3 catches, 16 yards. They won't play that bad through the air again this year. They still got to stop Saquon. They got to stop Jalen Hurts. Good luck. I'm taking Eagles -1.5 all day long.
Yeah, that was tough for fantasy owners, including myself.
Agreed. Luckily, I have Hurts and Smith, so it didn't hurt me too bad because Hurts, with the 2 touchdown running, that was nice. But, yeah. Eagles. And then the other game you said was the Ben Johnson, good old Bears
Ben
Lions.
Johnson Bowl.
The Lions are favored by, I think, 5.5 in this game, so it's kind of surprising to me with how bad we looked.
Got a bad taste in our mouth.
Right. I would like to think we bounce back in a hard way, especially at home. But, I mean, you never know. Caleb Williams on the first 2 scripted drives looked pretty damn well. But other than that, he was missing some wide open receivers, that's for sure. So I guess we'll see.
I'm with you there, Dunny. I think Bears choked this week. That's what the Bears do. So I'm putting my faith in the Bears to choke again. So we'll bounce back. Hopefully, it doesn't get so vanilla in our play calling like it did last week. It was kind of soft. Hopefully we kind of do a little more. Hopefully we get a little more out of the backs, a little more out of the line, a little more out of everybody.
Truthfully,
So,
yeah.
If JJ can tear him up, I think Goff can tear him up. Come on.
I feel you.
If he has more than 3.5 seconds, that would be nice too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's also what surprised me last week was how poor the tackles played. Like I know Michael Parsons coming in, like we don't really have there's nobody in the NFC North that's really that caliber. So that's the first time you're seeing that, I guess. But like we've played other teams that have just as good of pass rushers. But I don't
It's
know,
week
week one,
one.
everybody's like,
Yeah, week one.
Yeah.
If you did, it wasn't for 40 weeks.
yeah.
Like it's been a minute
So,
since you played anyone, so you're gonna play the cream of the crop week one. You're gonna get got a couple times. It's just the way she goes. So it was about scheme. It was always about scheme when you got someone at that caliber. It's how you scheme around them. They're gonna make plays, but you just can't. You got to make sure it's at the at those crucial moments and do whatever you can for your players to set them in the best positions to not get got against goats.
yeah.
I don't care if it's pretty, if it's ugly, doesn't matter. We must win, and we must pressure the quarterback. If we can see those two things, I'll be happy. I was really, really disgusted by the amount of pressure that we created on Jared Goff last week.
Yeah. Unlucko. Either way, I like the Lions 4.5, 5.5.
Lions by 50.
I'll take Lions by a tutty. I also like the Bengals -3.5 versus the Jags. I like them in a buy low situation. 3.5 doesn't seem terrible, and it's only at that line because their offense played so bad. So if you're expecting Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, and the gang to have two career bad games in a row, then I'd be on the plus side of that. But I feel like they're going to get the ball rolling and be able to put up some points against the Jags. So those are two of my favorite plays for the week.
Hey, I agree with you there. I'm looking at San Francisco -4.5 versus the Saints. I know it's in New Orleans, and San Francisco's banged up a little bit with George Kittle now being out on the IR, but CMC is still him, and New Orleans did not look like anything special last week against the Cardinals. And then my other play that I really like, Cowboys -5.5 against the Giants. They're playing another divisional opponent, but they looked good against the Eagles. They got a long break, so they can be a little bit more rested and prepared. And then the Giants have the worst fucking offensive line in the league. Russell Wilson, good luck, buddy.
I rolled out 8 plays week one. We limped back with one winner. Only one, but you can't keep me down 2 weeks in a row. So I've got 5 this week. I'm going Chargers -3.5. They're playing the Raiders. I think the Raiders just got lucky week one, honestly. Chargers are a lot better than them, in my opinion. Going to Eagles money line. Again, goes back to the Chiefs. I don't think they're as good as they were in previous years. Bills Jets over 46.5 points. I think the Bills are just about to slaughter the Jets, to be honest.
All right.
Just how that's gonna go. I got Commanders money line, and then I got Jaden Daniels 2 passing TDs for tomorrow night. He only threw one week one. I think he's about to get McLaurin going. Then he's gonna throw one probably to Ertz or one of the backs.
Okay.
Then I also cooked up a touchdown parlay. I'm going Cook from the Bills, Chase from the Bengals, Gibbs from the Lions. Then I threw in McMillan from the Panthers. I think he's going to get a sneaky first touchdown this week against the Cardinals. I think he's got it.
He's their wide receiver 1 right now.
Yeah,
he is.
He's getting the most targets. It looked good.
I think he's got it this week.
I fuck with it. It's just up to targets, man. I mean, he's got to throw the ball to somebody.
Yeah.
He does.
And they're going to be down probably early, so they gotta chuck the rock.
What's the parlay layout? Or what's the numbers at?
We're looking at plus
1 million.
plus 1196.
Hell yeah.
So
That's reasonable.
Yeah, not too bad, but we got it. I think we got it easy.
What do you guys think? Patriots Dolphins. Patriots 1.5 underdogs in Miami. I'm really leaning New England here.
I'll take Dolphins bounce back.
Okay.
I was high on the Dolphins week 1, and we'll see how that worked out. I think if the Dolphins lose this game, though, they're 0-16. I'll put money down 0-16.
Oh God. So
I
must
don't
win situation then.
I don't think they're that bad, but I definitely think they have to rebound massively. I think the Colts were a little bit too much for them. Whatever they scouted going in was the wrong shit. They looked bad offensively, and they got worked on defense. I think the Colts are a lot better than what people thought going into the year. But at the end of the day, they could not get the ball going. Tua was throwing picks, fumbling the ball. He had 3 turnovers plus. So you're not going to win games when your quarterback turns the ball over 3 times. It's typically not going to happen, especially when you don't have a run game going, and they haven't in a minute. Their one touchdown was a H-hand swing pass on 4th and 16 that I've never seen that play call in my fucking life. It wasn't
And
a
he trucks
screen
so many
or
guys.
nothing, and he Bobby Boucher's into the touch. Like, he was so lucky. And of course, I was playing H-hand in fantasy, so.
Me too. It sucked. I was like, you got to be
Yeah,
kidding me.
but
Come
yeah,
on.
just a terrible play call at the end of the day, and terrible for Tua to even swing it out there on 4th and 11 or whatever in the red zone. But either way, I think Miami bounces back a little bit, and if they don't, like Dan says, they're gonna be shit.
Yeah. Mike McDaniel officially on the hot seat.
Yeah, we
And
weren't expecting that.
yeah, since we've been chatting here, Hill's been accused of domestic assault again. So we'll see if he
I
plays.
did see that. I seen that.
Yeah,
His
his wife
ex
or something.
or yeah, ex-wife or
Yeah.
whatever is like 5, 6, 7, 8 counts. Like, we'll see where this goes, dude. I might have to get someone else in fantasy. Fuck.
Right. Yeah.
And other
But
news, did you see Jabril got signed to Pittsburgh?
I did. So the Steelers pick up another safety pickup for Minka Fitzpatrick.
Another dog.
oh, I didn't know he got dropped by the Pats. He was on the Pats,
Yeah,
right?
he did. They
Yep.
had to pay him out like $5 million or some shit.
Dang. Well,
Yep. So he gets to go to a historically great defensive culture and team and just get to fucking go live there. It's like, fuck you, dude. You just left New England where people did not want to be at, and you get to go exactly where we want to be at, plus get paid your guarantee and a new contract.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. You know?
All right, before we get off, I got one trivia question for you guys. I haven't asked you this. I did not know it when I saw it, so maybe you guys will surprise me here.
Oh, boy.
Who is the oldest player in NFL history to lead their team in both rushing yards and rushing touchdowns in a season?
I'm going Tom Brady. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Fuck it.
The rushing yards, he's got about 7 total in his career. Oldest? Fuck, dude.
It came about because of Derrick Henry and how old he is. And
Can you give us a
It's
decade
gotta
or
be-
something like that? Like,
It's
It's
gotta be-
happened. It's happened in the last 15 years.
Yeah, it's got to be Frank Gore, senior, not
Okay.
junior.
Okay.
I
He
have
was
no
old as
idea.
hell.
That was my guess as well. It is incorrect. It is Ryan Fitzpatrick
Shut the fuck up, dude.
on the 2019 Dolphins.
Shut
Oh,
up.
my
How
God.
many
He ran-
running backs did they go through?
He ran for 243 yards and 4 touchdowns and led them in both stats for the 2019 season.
Dude, he needs a statue outside for that one. Your offense was
dog
so
shit.
fucking bad. You ran for less than 300 and less than 5 touchdowns, and you were leading your team.
Yep,
I was on the
That's
right track with Brady.
you were.
That's a good fucking stat. That's crazy.
The 5 running backs behind him: Mark Walton, never heard of him; Kenyon Drake, Patrick Laird, Kalen Ballage, and Miles Gaskin.
Take a memory down doo-doo lane.
2019 Dolphins. And they won 5 games with the quarterback as their leading rusher and touchdown getter.
That's crazy.
Those 5 teams should be jailed.
Right. So, well, now you know something for NFL trivia if it ever comes up.
I got a random fact for somebody at work tomorrow. Make them think about some bullshit for the next hour or two.
There we go.
All right.
Before we go,
Whoa.
before we go, I got the WNBA.
Oh,
know
yeah.
Come on.
Everybody's listened.
This is
for
what
the
I've been
last
waiting
50
for.
minutes, just waiting for this WNBA call. But first off, I'm gonna recap last week. You know, Gray didn't play, so that's chalked. Reese came up short, 2 rebounds. She couldn't get them. And then Maubrey just built a brick house. You know, 0 for 8, no points, sick. She averages 20 plus. She did so good for me. Just she
0
laid
for 6 from deep, I think, too.
yeah,
Oh,
she laid
she
the
was
foundation for her house, her
building
brick house.
houses.
It was great. Anyways, tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going back on Gray. 15 points. She's got it easy if she actually plays. And then there's only one game. So Dream versus Sun, we're going under 158 points. The Suns suck because, you know, they got Maubrey. She's going 0 for 8 again. And, you know, it's going to be a low scoring game. Suns
Give me
suck.
WNBA unders. You know, that's like PB and J.
It just
It
hits.
seem like they
Yeah.
go together way too much. You know, I'll take it.
The only way we're losing this is if the Dream score 90, which they could. But
What are we looking at for numbers there, Dan?
what's that?
What are we looking at for odds on that one?
Alicia Gray points, I believe it's plus money. I think it's 115, and then the under was minus 110.
All right.
So not too bad, but
I
easy
respect it.
money.
We'll take it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dunny, you Gucci?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to find this WNBA.
He's trying to bang the line.
Yeah.
Deploy the troops before
Gotta
I
grab it
forget.
while we can.
Before I forget. All right, well, that's going to do it from us. We're going to do college and have that out by Thursday. So, yeah, we'll get that recorded Wednesday and up by Thursday morning. As always, we appreciate you guys, and we will talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.
Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe